bringing you back more of Inside Cowboys Training Camp presented by Ford right here from the River Ridge Complex in Oxnard, California. Day 2 down of pads and many more to go, but a lot of fun things today, right? The Cowboys honoring military fans for their service, and it was a pretty cool experience, Mickey.
Yeah, it certainly is. They try to bring in as many of the first responders, they call it heroes, but I'll tell you what, who gets the biggest kick out of this? The players.
Oh, yeah.
They really get a big kick out of meeting these types of folks.
Certainly a lot of players getting a lot of kick out of training camp so far. We got to talk about Tyron Billy Johnson, a wide receiver who this is going into his 4th year. He's looking to make the front office, impress the front office a little bit, and he's made some impressive catches. What are your thoughts on him so far through camp?
Well, he's not as young as we think he is. You know, it's like, oh, well, he was on the practice squad last year. Well, he's been with 9 teams since 2019. You know what? He just keeps showing up every day. And I was telling somebody, when a guy does that, you learn his number. And we know he's number 13 for now because Overshawn's 13. So if he makes the team, something's got to give.
With what he has shown so far through the first, 6 days of camp, do you think that there's a realistic chance that he can make the team?
I think there's a competition for that 5th wide receiver spot. And sometimes if guys show up and you say, you know what, I can't get this guy on the practice squad because I've got to release him and then re-sign him, maybe you keep 6. So that's up to those guys to make that decision for the Cowboys.
Certainly a lot of competition in the wide receiver room, but still a lot of competition on in that left tackle spot. You got to talk about Awesome Richards, a guy who got some first-team rests because of Chuma Edoga getting evaluated by the team. What are your early thoughts on Awesome Richards, who actually had a 1 rep against Micah Parsons where he set the edge very well in practice in first day of pads? What were your thoughts about Awesome?
Well, Awesome, draft choice last year, and they primarily had moved him from tackle to guard, and now they're trying to trade him at both spots. So with Tyler Guyton kind of taking over after Chuma kind of nicked himself up with the first team, a lot of times when it came to the second team, Awesome Richards was your left tackle. So he had moved from second left guard to second left tackle, and they like him. And as a matter of fact, what you need to do with these guys is they need to train in 2 spots. So if you get on the active roster, if he can be a backup guard, a backup tackle, he's more valuable. And even at the center position, you always want your center to be a backup center and a backup guard. So he's showing his versatility so far in camp.
Awesome only played 39 snaps in 2023. He's looking to obviously earn a lot more heading to 2024 season. But a guy who actually has solidified his spot on this team is Deron Bland. That's coming up next. I got a chance to sit down with him one-on-one to preview his 2024 season.
Inside Cowboys Training Camp, presented by Ford, is brought to you by AT&T, official sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys. Sleep Number, the official sleep and wellness partner of the Dallas Cowboys. And by your North Texas Ford dealers. Ford is the best in Texas. This segment is brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors, official sporting goods retailer of the Dallas Cowboys.
Deron Bland finished 2023 with a historic season. He led the league with 9 interceptions, set the NFL record for most pick sixes in a single season, and it landed him a spot on the NFL Top 100 list. I got a chance to sit down with him one-on-one about his appearance at number 31, and here's what he had to say.
I always thought of dreaming of being on because I used to always watch it growing up, so I'm grateful to be on there.
So humble, so modest. I mean, it's all right. Does that add any extra excitement for you heading into this season in 2024 season?
Yeah, just a little bit more, but also I'm trying to still keep the same, not trying to do too much, change things.
Yeah. I think it's kind of cool how you spent your first rookie season playing slot corner, right? 5 interceptions playing slot. Then you moved to the boundary, 9 interceptions in 2023. I mean, how do you do it? I mean, because it's kind of difficult playing inside and out, right? Having to make that adjustment.
Yeah, it was playing slot was a lot harder doing for me, but going back to outside was easy because I've always been on the outside. It was my rookie year was the first time playing slot. So.
Wow. And you prefer playing on the boundary, right?
Yeah.
What makes that more comfortable for you?
Just what I've always been doing, playing man to man.
Do you ever think back to, your only offer coming out of college was Sac State, right? And then you transferred to Fresno State. Do you ever think back and say, y'all should have took a chance on me back then, now look at me now?
I mean, I always say that. I always
Yeah.
have that little chip on my shoulder of being underrated, but yeah.
Being a ball hawk is somewhat of a risk-reward type of situation, right? You have to take risks in order to get an interception. How do you balance that, and do you feel like there's an added emphasis heading into this year to kind of minimize the big play?
There's definitely emphasis on minimizing big plays, but just with that, it comes with just knowing when the timing, when it's right to go for the ball, and right to just bat the ball down or something. So,
is there something that you're looking to add to your game this season?
I would just say be more consistent.
Yeah.
That's what the greats do, so I'm trying to be more consistent.
What are you looking forward to this secondary? I mean, you guys have already been catching interceptions all throughout camp so far, and it's only been 5 days. What's your first impressions on this room so far?
Amazing, It's really crazy because honestly, any one of us could have our best games in our lives in that room because that's just how good we are and how connected we are together. So just seeing each other doing what they do makes everybody want to do better.
This is year 3 for you. What's it been like kind of stepping into that mentor role?
It was different, because some people come to me with like all the knowledge I have, but I didn't think I had that much knowledge because I'm still learning and everything, so I'm trying to focus on learning and what I've already done. So it's a little fun now, trying to do that little transition in that.
You gotta give yourself credit, man. I mean, come on, you gotta give yourself a little bit more credit than what you're giving yourself. What are you looking forward to most now that Trayvon is back? He's not practicing yet in full speed, but now that they're kind of inching him back into practice, what are you looking forward to most?
I mean, just really being back on the field with him. I only got one game with him my rookie year. Both was back on the outside, so can't wait to be back on the field and see what he can do.
What does another successful season look like for you? I mean, how do you build on top of what you already did in 2023?
It's like I said, just be consistent, Try to stay up there with all the picks, at the top of the leaderboard. So probably one of the goals.
What's the conversations been like between you and Al Harris?
Oh, just keep stacking the days, He always say people are going to come at you, because of what I've done now, but, just keep stacking it.
This segment was brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors, official sporting goods retailer of the Dallas Cowboys.
We're back here to wrap things up on Inside Cowboys training camp presented by Ford. Nicole Hutchison alongside Mickey Spagnola, and it wouldn't be right to end the show without talking about Mazi Smith, a guy who faced a lot of criticism his rookie season. What have you seen from him so far throughout camp, the first 2 days of pads?
Yeah, and you got to understand that he missed the entire off season. He had shoulder surgery and rehab, so he missed all the OTAs, the mini camp. And these practices here in training camp are his first since the end of the 2023 season. Got the pads on, so now you can maybe judge a guy like that's got to be very physical on defense. And all I can remember about Micah Parsons talking about Mazi Smith, somebody asked him, what do you think he needs to be? And he goes, it's not what he needs to be, it's what he must be. And he must be a player, and Micah knows if he's playing linebacker, I need that guy to get people off of me and keep them off. So a good start for Mazi.
His quickness off the ball as well has been something that a lot of people have really loved to see from him, showing what his days at Michigan, right? So it's good to see Mazi Smith back in full form. A lot more excitement coming to you with pads over the next 3.5 weeks of training camp. But that is a wrap for today's episode of Inside Cowboys Training Camp presented by Ford. We'll see you guys back tomorrow.
Inside Cowboys Training Camp, presented by Ford, was brought to you by AT&T, official sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys. Sleep Number, the official sleep and wellness partner of the Dallas Cowboys. And by your North Texas Ford dealers. Ford is the best in Texas.